Track is ready.
Hello, folks, and we are once again back in Asseto Corsa Competizione. We are in the Italian circuit of Misano. Once for today's race, as I see a thumbnail where it says Branchas, but I can assure you it's Misano today. And secondly, since we are a bit straight on schedule, without much further ado, I'm going to go to the hot lap, and after that, we will be joining the qualifying session where the drivers will be vying for pole position for today's race. And we have now entered the qualifying session, and I'm joined in the commentary box by Kapil Bharat, who was supposed to be racing, but he's decided to go for some new ventures. Hopefully, he'll be back soon on the track. So, Kapil, how do you feel about today's race, and what are your expectations?
Yo, 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 good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back, but in the wrong seat, but hey, it is what it is. Well, I started out in commentary a long time ago, so it's good to be back. Just want to leave it at that.
Yep. So far, during the practice session, we have Pragar, who's on practice pole right now, while Casey seems to be quite far behind and followed by Anirudh. But do you think this will be the order going into the race, or do you think this is because people are on vastly different fuel loads right now?
I mean, people might have just joined. We should be starting the session right now. It is 8:30, but it's just 1 minute. Let's see what happens. But I definitely don't think this is the final order. Never really is typically. I mean, if my performances are anything to go by, no, then it's definitely not.
Yep. In the meantime, let's see. Let's ask the audience to drop in their predictions for qualifying into the chat, and let's see who can get it right.
Yeah, Misano is an interesting track, I have to say. Some people absolutely hate it. Some people don't mind it, but in all honesty, it's got nice flowing corners. You've got cute hairpin kind of corners in the start of sector 3, and in the middle sector, we've got this very slalom-esque first sector. It's filled with interesting angular corners, if I can,
I think the fact that a lot of people hate it is that you have these flowing corners which then suddenly tightens up. So I believe it requires people to adjust their driving style. Not driving it, as I don't know what he's doing there, but it requires people to adapt quite quickly to the different types of corners.
Yeah, I agree. This is not a typical Tilka circuit, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a
Actually, it is a tail case circuit when you consider that he generally has a very quick corner and then he just suddenly tightens it up to improve overtaking. So I would say in that aspect it is a bit, but you're right.
but
It's not.
yeah, it's not an actual Tilka
Yep.
circuit. Yeah. We've got a new player by the name of T. Shetty. Let's figure out who that is. Get back to you on that.
Green light, go, go, go.
But other than that, our typical boys, Dwaraknath Abhishek, he's reversed his name. Very convenient. I'm still going to be saying Dwaraknath. He's going to stop me. We've got Richie Gyan. So Mak could ban the ghost.
We have Richie Gyan who has switched to the Ferrari for this race after driving the AMG, I think, till to the last round.
Yes, does he mention that to our coordinators? Because you're only allowed one switch in the season, so it'd be better call it out, or else the IRS will come and audit him.
We can see a lot of fan support in the chat for Daniel Joseph, and let's see how he does in this qualifying session. He's of course coming out after I think he got P3 in. He got P3, I believe, in the RCI 24 Hours of Kilami, I believe.
Yep, that's
in
the story.
In the Pro-Am class, I believe. I don't remember the exact class, but yep, in his class he came out P3. So it'll be interesting to see how he does today.
Yep, it looks like his team had the likes of Jackster as well, one of our leading drivers in the championship. So it looks like a very strong team. So kudos to them for a fantastic result.
Yep. So far, drivers are leaving the pits. I don't think they have so far begun to set their laps.
Well, this looks like a big queue out there. Not a lot of space in between drivers.
Do you think?
So
do you think slipstream is important in this particular circuit, or do you think it gives the drivers an advantage?
There's only one place where slipstream could be effective, and that's Paul Ricard. There's not much of a suck from these cars, in all honesty. So there's not much gains to be had when you're behind a car. Like, you really have to be inches away from their tail to have a noticeable effect. It's not as profound as the F1 games or the GT games. Having said that, there's already a big kerfuffle. Abhishek and Sovakban going side by side and starting a quali lap. That is exactly the recommended way to start your lap. Ruin everyone's chances and create a big old roadblock to start off.
Casey has also started his lap behind them. He's a driver I think who has generally struggled in qualifying, but generally shows much better qualifying pace from what we have seen over the races.
Well, I can't comment. I really cannot because of the stakes involved. So I hope he, for all intents and purposes, crashes and burns. But I will leave my side out of it for now.
Yep. 1 second, as we seem to be having some kind of issue with the anti-racing. Let me try to fix that up. Oh wait, I have not. Yep, should be much better now.
The Pagawat has been putting in the hours. I mean, he has really taken on to the ACC game, and his recent videos on the actual game and the hot laps that he's been putting in really shows that he's determined to actually put in an honest effort this season. And it shows, like, he is the championship leader as of right now, 1 point ahead of me. I
mean, he is a very calm and analytical driver who He figures out the games he tries very quickly.
Except that he completely botches T1 and ruins that lap.
Yep. Casey 5 tenths off with a 35-3, I believe. But Ghost is also not far back.
Well, considering the bots lap that both Abhishek and Ghost had, I think they will probably cool it off
I
a bit
think
and try.
I think Abhishek lost more time than Ghost, if I'm not wrong. But of course, I could be
Yep, yep.
completely wrong.
Yeah, he had a compromise exit going out of the last turn, so yeah, that
Yep.
definitely. From the times, it's quite apparent. 1.5 seconds off P1.
Let's have a look at Daniel Joseph if he's improving on his time. No, he's not. He's actually down on his time by 2 tenths. But Pragod is improving. So is Casey.
Maybe track evolution might be at play, or just
Oh,
the decreasing.
the man who's improving right now is Ghost, who's now 4 tenths up on his time.
Yep, definitely showing that he had a not so optimal exit in the last run. So making good showing so far in this lap. But let's hope that he can maintain it. Let's
Yep.
go on board with him. Check how he's taking on those corners. Well, we did just watch a hot lap from him, so don't be fooled that it's another hot lap because it's pretty much the same car as well, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
I think he's
No,
did
that
that in
was
the
the
Bentley.
Bentley.
Yep. So he's now
Yep,
at the
yep.
McLaren.
But yeah, 4.5 tenths up, crossing the line, moving up into P2. Good lap, 1 tenth away from pole. Let's see what more he has. He's already gained almost 3 tenths in 2 corners. That's how much he's getting used to the track. This man has no time. He always jumps in at the last second. So I expect better and faster times from him
As we say
throughout the
that,
session.
Anirudh has now beaten that time with a 34-7.
Oh man, just rocking that cherry colored Ferrari. Man, what a treat to watch. This guy really knows his lines and the game. He is a true mechanical engineer in every aspect. So, really looking forward to his side and strategy involved for the coming race.
And the crazy part is he has improved on his time. He's actually improving actively on his time by a tenth. So it'll be interesting to see if he can gain further.
Yep, slowly losing it, but taking a wide line out of the mid sector there. Nice wide exit. I don't know. This is looking so far so good for everyone. How about boys at the back? Joseph putting in his lap
Well,
times, gone into the pits.
we have quite a lot of people yet to set a lap time actually.
Let's go on with Madhav. I mean, we haven't given him a lot of spotlight. I think it's about time. But looking at his lines, I'm actually disgusted. I want to move away. Please, just get me out of this side.
Tyagi, I think, has been is also a figure. I generally not seen him like high up in qualifying, but I have seen him climb through the race generally. Him and
This
Sidhu.
guy is very cunning. This guy has a master strategist. He's performed amazing early pit stop and gotten out in fresh air. So I've seen him go ahead and do a pit stop within the first 10 minutes of the race. I mean, he's typically nowhere in the start. I don't know. He never gets a great start for whatever reason. He's always last by the time 20-25 minutes have gone past. But the moment everyone jumps into the pit, he's right up there in P3, P4 fighting for the lead. It's amazing what this guy can do. Never leave him out of the competition.
Yep, absolutely. Meanwhile, so far the leaders haven't improved. The top three haven't improved on their time, which is actually interesting. Let's have a look at the improve. But yeah, once again, coming out of the same corner, he's not improving by much.
Maybe they just have to take a step back, go into the pits, get fresh tires, lower fuel load, and go for a final run.
Yep. Let's see if Roberts can improve crossing the line right now.
And
He doesn't improve.
does not improve. Yeah, not looking too good for them. What about Jigan? He, I believe, is on a lap. Hasn't been able to put a great lap so far.
Chigyan seems to be
Yeah, he's on a lap right
Yep.
now. His first flying lap. He's switched on to the Ferrari. Which car was he in previously?
He was in the AMG, I believe, at least for the first 5 rounds.
Yep, he was in the new 2020. No,
No,
yes, he was
he
in
was in the old run. I
the
talked to
old
him before
one.
the race, and he had never tried the Evo.
Right. Interesting choice because I absolutely love that car, but he wasn't able to make it work. Maybe not into the front end
Yep.
design of the car, but yeah, he's definitely moved on to his comfort zone, which is more mid-engine or rear engine. He loves oversteer, and but I'm not able to put in a valid lap.
Yep. He said a
My,
35.8 in the last lap, so that means they are putting him around P5, P6, so no P7 actually, but he's just not been able to get the lap together, as we said.
okay, but there is one more thing to consider. Richie Gann, aka Babaji, hates this track to the core. He absolutely loathes it. So it's not surprising to me that he is not doing too
Oh,
well here.
we have some movement at the top as the newcomer has just broken into the top three.
Brilliant lap there. I like the livery. I don't know if it looks like a stock one, but still nice fitting one. I believe it's the Evo, the new Ferrari.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can see elements of AF Corsa written, so I think it's one of the stock liveries.
yep. Just want to check what his user tag is. He's Dirty Man. No, it's UT Cool Guy.
Ooh.
It is UT Cool Guy.
Abhishek
Nice.
hasn't so far improved from the looks of it. He has improved, but he's not being able to contest with the other Ferraris right now on track. But maybe at the end of this lap, it might be a lap where he snatches pole from the top leader right now.
Yeah, very possible. Never count this guy out. This guy's got ridiculous pace.
Yep.
He's got a bit of bad luck so far in the season with disconnections, with collisions, with all sorts of nonsense. But yeah, he's definitely a pole contender.
As we say that, Richie Gyan has now set a lap of that puts him in P7.
Well, you got that spot on right. He is P7 according to your prediction. Going for another lap. Why rocking a white livery? Why would you have a plain white livery?
Why would you
Where
have
is your sense of
more importantly? Why would you have a white Ferrari?
exactly like it doesn't go and he goes wide as we jinx him and
Yeah.
I regret nothing. It's fine.
I think
You asked for it when
and
you were
as we say that Abhishek has gone on pole 34.6.
yeah. Neon gives you speed confirmed.
Yep. The car guy livery.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so we've got Mulakala who hasn't unfortunately been able to complete a lap. I believe I'm not too sure where he's going to be. Can we go on board with him?
Let's have a look.
P11, yeah. Predicting who
Is he
this
playing on a
driver
controller?
is. Looks like it. Yeah, you very well might be. Why is the question?
I think he is. He's also part of the club that's struggling to put a lap together.
Yep.
Yep. He's running the Ronaldo Racing livery as well. Yep, he's definitely under controller. It's quite obvious.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
F in chat for the controller boys. But still having the determination and the spirit to carry on.
Yep. Further behind, like Tyagi has dropped down with Richigan displacing him, but I think Abhishek has improved. No, it's the same time, but so far Anirudh and Pragar has not been able to improve their times. So perhaps they're going to. I think they head back into the pits, and I think we'll be setting a lap soon.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the ending of qualifying. We've just got a little over a minute to go. Just 500s between P1 and P2. So that will really want to get Little, any fractional improvements. I did notice that he did not get the best of exits a couple of laps ago in this middle sector. So I really hope he is literally eyeing down his opponent right now. He's just right in front of him in his peripheral vision. So he should definitely use that as some sort of a motivator to put out a banger of a lap. But it's time for the finale of qualifying. Let's see who comes out on top. Let's go on
Yep.
board with Abhishek.
Yep. So he's beginning his lap or ending his lap right now. But let's go on board him.
Spotting his braking at the 50, cuts the corner quite aggressively up on his time, cutting the left corner again as much as possible onto the bollard. My god, that's some supreme line there. Exquisitely braking before the 50 meters, cutting it across, taking a wide exit and a very shallow entry into the middle sector.
Ooh, and
Completely
penalties.
botching the entry into the middle sector, and that's the end of his lap.
Yep.
Sundar, on the other hand, is even on his time. That's not bad, but he needs to find a slight improvement. Braking at the 100-meter wall, finding the apex. Little hesitant there, goes a little wide, but he gets a much better exit because of the early braking. Marginally up on his time. Let's see if he does a wide entry. Nicely kissing the apex early on the power. He is up on his time, ladies and gentlemen. He is off. He's almost 0.16 seconds up, and that is enough for pole. But no, it is not. Tucker Watts is putting a smasher of a lap. He is 0.276 down on P1. He needs to find more time. He needs to fly right now in the final sector. Goes a little wide. Will he get a better exit in because of that? Not enough. Yes, he does actually. He's 3/10 and on point to get pole. Will he do so? Mark gets his breaking point spot on into the final corner. 3/10 up. Will he get pole? Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
He does
Misses.
not.
He
Oh
misses
my
by 100.
god. He must be kicking himself. I can see the time that he lost there, 0.012. I think he would have broken fractionally later in that last corner. You want a had pole. Damn, that is close. Manav
Yeah.
Sajid, he's putting his final lap, going
Oh,
super wide, exiting, invalidating, and straight away going on to the grid. That's
yep.
just harsh, man.
That was ridiculously close qualifying, I must say.
Damn, that is some good stuff. How is that?
Right.
Okay then. So now it's time for the race. Little different strategy. No, cannot go guns blazing. I mean, that's what I do, but I've and you know how that's turned out so beautifully in the Zandvoort race. But these people are so much more sensible, I'd like to say, but I cannot confirm that. We wait for them to choose their strategy, and this is typically actually we should start a prediction here. Who is now going to forget to press drive and going to be in the pits? Put in your predictions. You've got a minute to go because this has always happened. I think the top contender has been Casey or Chris By. It's been Chris By, if I am not mistaken. So that is something that you can definitely watch out for. I am going to bet on our new boy Shetty. But yeah, just put in your predictions. Let's see what we go. Typically, you'll put around 100 liters of fuel on the Bentley. Could be plus or minus 5 or 10 for the other cars. Fuel is not such a big thing in these races. You got to put a minimum of 5 liters of fuel. My bad. In order to be qualified for a refuel. And yeah, it's a very clear day. Temperature is 26. Track temperature is quite high with 34 degrees, but it should be a smoking race.
Yep. Who do you think is going to send it into turn one? Also, it's a rolling
Uh,
start, of course, so there's a bigger gap, but still.
I was going to put my bets on me, but in my absence, I'll probably put it on the reigning champion Ghost.
Alright. He is starting P5 today.
Yep, not the best of qualifying for him.
Yep.
He's alongside.
He has not
Rich.
been liking the McLaren this season.
Yep, it's a very technical car, but it might be very suited for this
And
track.
lights out
But you
and
got green.
lights
Yep.
out and away we go. And Sundar seems to get the better start. He's ahead, but will he be able to hold it on the outside? There's a
Oh,
bit of
there's collision.
contact.
He's been pushed outside, but he keeps the position.
Oh, and
Abhishek
Abhishek gives
smashes
him a
into
light
him.
tap. He has to go off the track. Oh,
Oh,
and
and
Abhishek hits the wall.
that was banana moment for the Ferrari boy. We've got Sundar and I can't get my words right now. But T Shetty moving up all the way into P2. It is an insane start from him going around the outside of Sundar. Somak Banerjee around the outside of Prakawat. He's already dropped 4 positions right now, so Prakawat's not having the best of starts right now.
Yep.
But then again, there was a lot of incident with Abhishek. Now Richie Gan going around the outside. Sorry, he's on the inside
Ooh,
of Daniel Joseph.
Tyagi nail hits the ball for the head.
Oh man, that Porsche is not an easy one to drive, and unfortunately he's missed out. Hopefully, he does not have damage. Is that yeah? Sobab Khan has dropped behind.
Daniel Joseph, who I was thinking had a banger of a start, now seems to have had contact and has now lost multiple places. And Sajid has now ended up caught up in that particular incident.
Yeah, that's a big shame there. Ghost, I think, got pushed out a little bit, and Baka Watts made the best of it because he's now moved back into P2. Shetty in P3. I don't know what happened there, but he's really hot right now, and he's really looking to pounce on Sundar.
Yep.
Let's see how it goes. But yeah, crazy lap 1, 3 cars flying off and spinning out. So it is a expected start from our IRC boys right now. Not disappointing our
And
viewers.
Murakala has already gotten a drive-through.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I did notice that. That's definitely ruined his race.
Yep.
Oh, Casey going really wide there, completely misjudging his braking marker. Might have gotten a warning for that, but I'm sure he would have slowed down enough there. But having said that, Richie Gyan in P6, Dwaraknath in P7. So he's still keeping it out there. Prakawat's absolutely applying the pressure. Man, this man is on a charge. Look at how close he is. Let's go on board with him. See how close he is in the braking zone. And I think he wants to get this move done because he really likes that clean air. Having said that, Shetty and Ghost are really hot on the back of Prakawats right now.
I'm noticing how Pragar is actually is able to brake much later than Sundar ahead of him. Yep. And I do believe before the race I did say that Sundar was complaining about the brakes on the Ferrari being weaker compared to the rest of the field.
Is that so? Interesting. He's the mechanical engineer using excuses for his car's flaws.
But that might work out for him in the long race if the factors like brake feeding are brought into the picture.
Brake feed isn't really a thing in a 1-hour race. It only comes into picture over 4 hours or more. So
But as you say that Pragawat is now going for a move, but Sundar managed to keep sweep around the outside and keep that position. Actually, he seemed to gain on that high speed exit.
Yep, it's keeping it slow and steady. There's no reason to dive and ruin your race. It's a long game. We've got 56 minutes. We've hardly done 2 laps right now, so no point in risking it all right now.
Yep.
You've got a lot of time to do that later. Oh, having said that, Ghost going on to those black bollards. Not bollards, what do you call it? The bumpers? I forget the name. The sausage curbs. And then completely gets out of shape there. Casey also getting a bad exit, and the Chigan's going to be making a move on him as we speak. And we go on to P6. No, doesn't make a move at, but I think he's sizing a move right there because Casey looks to be all out of position there. He's not able to get a rhythm because he's sliding that Bentley all over the place.
Yep.
I mean, there is a reason why we call it a Boatley, but this is not the reason for that.
Yep, I think Richie again wants to get ahead of Casey as quickly as possible because it seems that Casey is slowly breaking ahead of the train in front of him.
But having said that, they are actually keeping up with that the slipstream and the leading pack. They're not too far away from it. But yeah, having said that, the leading pack is slowly segregating into two. Shetty and Ghost are side by side. Praka, what's thinking of a move? No, not yet. Not yet. Take your time, man. You've
He's
got it. You've got the pace.
but I
Let's
think
not throw it away.
he is trying. I think he is trying to pressure Sundar into a mistake at this point.
Yep, definitely looks like it. He is a very calculated man. Definitely shows in his racecraft. But going down the field, uh, still, even Stevens in terms of the position of the top six, nothing happened there. But Prakawat's now lining up a move, goes into the inside, Sundar squeezing him into sector 2. But Prakawat finds a way and gets the position. What a sweet overtake that was. Fantastic stuff.
For the behind,
Yeah.
it seemed like Shetty and Banerjee was slightly seemed to break away, but I think that small battle has helped them like join back into the back, and so has Casey and Gyan. So we have a 6-car train at the front.
Yeah, interesting that you say that because Casey's keeping up very, very well with Ghost. I don't know if Ghost has an issue with his car or just got the setup all wrong, but he looks like to be a little struggling. This is not the Ghost that I remember. He's definitely not in his element right now. But further behind, we've got Abhishek and Tyagi battling it out for P7. Nice little battle there. Unfortunate that both of them had to spin out. They might definitely come back into the picture once the pit stops come into picture because they might do an alternative late or early depending on how they want to play it. But yeah, those boys also have a lot of pace in them. Don't count them out just yet. Oh, having said that, somebody flies out of view. Who
Yeah,
was that?
I don't. I just saw that, but I was like, who was that? I think
Well,
Richie Gyan went extremely wide, I believe.
I think he
Because
missed his braking.
yeah,
Yeah, and
because
he
I did see it was a white car, so it is either Ghost or Gyan.
damn. That's so scary stuff that it just flew out out of the corner. But luckily, maybe might have gotten a warning for it. But yeah, no damage as such that
Yep.
we can see
As we say
from
that
here.
Praga, Tyagi has boxed. As I think I don't know if he has damage, but he's definitely trying what you said earlier in the qualifying. But as it stands, Praga was just quickly pulling a gap to Sundar.
And this guy's sending it. He's given his resignation from the rest of the pack. Like, I out, boys, and he is flying.
Yep, absolutely.
But just look at the middle pack. They're so close together. Can we go on board with Ghost? He's literally on the gearbox of Shetty right now, getting nice exits, not being too faced by the Ferrari in front. I think he might go for a move soon because I think he's finally gotten his rhythm. Braking super late, gets out of shape there, not helping his cause. But yeah, I think he's definitely getting more and more in terms with the car and the track right now.
Yep, absolutely. And what do you think about fuel loads right now? Do you think everyone is running pretty much the same, or do you think any driver in particular is running a lower fuel load?
I can comment for everyone but Tyagi. I don't know what that guy does to have that kind of an how do I put it, an effect. What's the word, man? I don't know what's going on with Mirror today. But again, you can see that Gyan and Ghost just smashing on those sausage curves, getting out of shape, maybe even getting a little bit of floor damage, not helping their cause. But pretty much everyone runs maximum or near maximum fuel. Having said that, Casey is getting all out of shape. He's just been overtaken by Richie Gan in the start of the current lap, and now he's moved down to P6. So yeah, Baba taking the most of it. He's slowly getting out of Casey's way and then moving to the peloton. Let's see how long that takes.
Yep, Pragovats has now pulled a 2-second gap right now, so the train behind definitely now struggling to keep pace with him. But over the line, let's see what lap times they said.
Yep. Yeah. So far, so good, I would say.
Yep. Let's have a look as crossing the line. Pragobas with the 34.9. Sundar with the 35.8. Shetty with the 35.4. Saumak with 35.7. Where Richie Gyan and he has 37.6, 36.7 approximately. But of course, they did have that battle in that last lap. So quite evenly matched here. But we are now breaking into a lead car, followed by a train, and followed by a pair of two.
Yep, at least it's still nice to see some battles on track. This might go on for a while. I don't know who's going to be the guy who pulls the trigger here, because we've got 50 minutes in the race. Tyagi is all by himself in P11, having done his stop. Daniel Joseph, because of all that incident in lap 1, he is last right now, around 8 seconds behind Tyagi. So a little unfortunate event for him, leading up to this. But maybe there are some positions to be had after the pit stop come into the picture.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not much to say right now. Aladdin is very far away from Abhishek. Abhishek right now is in clear air. The man's got pace. He had qualified a little up there. He was, I believe, in P3. My memory is terrible, so please don't quote me on that. So because of all that incident, we definitely know that he's going to be quickly closing up that gap to Casey. Gap is 10. Let's see how it is in a couple of laps.
Yep.
This
34.
gap, this battle here for P3 and 4 is either going to end in two ways. Both of them are going to die, or Shetty is just going to give in. I don't really think this battle is going to last until the pit stop. Somebody's going to make a mistake, is my prediction. What about you?
It's hard to say because right now we've seen them battling, but so far we have not seen either of them like break free of it. So I don't think like right now. I think everyone realizes that everyone around here are on the same pace. So I don't think that they are going to try to move at this point in time.
Interesting. I like that. We've got blue flags being waved. I believe that is for some back marker up in front. That is for Daniel Joseph. So Banerjee getting such a good exit there. He's so close. Can we go on board with him? Will he think about making a move into sector 3? I can't even separate the two. They're so close. Any early braking from Shetty is going to be catastrophic for the two. But luckily, that is not the case. Thinks of a move, and there is contact, and there is a Spinala, number 2 Ferrari.
Yep, and
Which
that
again, trying to take the most of it, very close, around the outside of Ghost, but unable to make the move. Now we've got a dirty little Ghost roaming around our Misano circuit right now. He just moved up into P3.
if Ghost got damaged from that contact, this could potentially put Gyan in a podium in prospect for a podium position as well.
Absolutely. But considering the fact that it was the braking zone and Casey giving us some fireworks before the end of the race itself. Shetty now looking to make a move on him. He had a full 180. His tires might not be in the best condition right now, but let's see how quickly he disposes of Casey right now. Both of them getting out of shape with those sausage cups. They've been eating away at everyone's tires all day long. Those curbs are completely unforgiving. Really one of the most annoying little mistakes that you can make in Misano, because very tragic to find yourself in that position, because you're at the mercy of the game to give you good RNG to come out of that alive.
And I think Casey's gonna the Shetty's gonna have a tough time overtaking Casey, because you can see how much that Bentley pulls away on the straights.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely comedic, the amount he's gaining.
Yeah, this third sector is where definitely he is going to struggle compared to Shetty because of the boat nature of our dear Bentley. But So far, so good. I'm actually impressed with Casey actually pulling away with Shetty. That could indicate two things. There is damage on that Ferrari, or he's ruined his tires and he's unable to close the gap. Or he's just making mistakes. I don't know. Maybe debut errors.
I
I
mean,
can't say.
after you have a spin, it takes a couple of times to reorganize your mind.
Yep. I completely agree. Having said that, Abhishek is now closing in on Shetty slowly but steadily. The gap is now just 2 seconds.
Yep.
Wow, that gap was almost 10 seconds a couple of laps ago. Now it's all the way down to just 2 seconds. That's good stuff. This man is really flying right now. Not as fast as Prakar was, but still, I'd say almost on par.
Yep. I've been noticing that Prager has slowed down in the last couple of laps a tiny bit.
Oh, trying to go for a move there. Very different lines between the two. Maybe Shetty looking for some clear air and a clear indicator of a brake marker. That's why you saw such different lines going into that
Yep.
sweeping right-hander there.
Yep.
But the Shetty still not finding a way through. You were saying, Masu?
It does seem that the early pace advantage that Prager showed is now has now reduced, and it seems that both him and Anirudh are on similar pace right now.
Mm-hmm. He was done a 34.8 last lap. Sundar
Never mind.
is not even close.
Not even
Hello
close.
there.
Hey, Electrip, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
How you doing, mate?
Good. Just wanted to come in, have a chat, see how everything's going.
Yeah, all smooth, all smooth. Shetty, our new boy, really giving a tough time for Casey right now. Yeah, looks a very interesting character right now, I must say. Daniel Joseph, I mean, I really have to give it to him. Like these kind of sort of things happen in the beginning of the race, and he's just sitting there thinking, why am I here? Do I bother racing for the next 43 minutes? Or actually, it was like 58 minutes, so the beginning of the race.
Well,
But
he
I,
hasn't boxed, so we don't know what could happen. Like, and the people like Madhav are yet to box, so he could still fight for a point position over here.
oh, there was a bit of a love tap there between Joseph and Ghost.
Well, I mean, he's
Ghost
just a
not,
suffer is what he's thinking right now.
yeah, that was not a very happy little incident. I could see Ghost flashing his light in anger. He really hates such kind of stuff. He expects discipline from his IRC boys, being the lead ACC coordinator and all of that. But yeah, just a sad state of affairs for Joseph. I mean, this is never the ideal way you'd want to have an
Oh,
hour-long race.
Ghost decides to go off the track.
Yeah, just exploring the boundaries of adhesion on the Misano circuit. So far, getting away with it without any scratches. But let's hope that that stays the way.
Yep. So we're talking about Daniel Joseph from earlier. If you look at the time delta, he's only 30 seconds up on Madhav, and Madhav has to pit. So we could be on for a move here. He could potentially one up Madhav in the after the pit stops, perhaps. So that's the final point scoring position.
Yeah, there's a very good chance of that. He could even be in a chance for P9 as well. But I will have to wait and watch how that progresses. Because Mulakala is has a higher pace. He's doing 137s, while the last lap from Daniel Joseph was a 139. But I
But
hope that was not indicative of his pace. Yeah,
he did have that incident with Ghost as well. Let's not forget.
right. Yeah, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that they are equal on pace right now.
Yep.
Tyagi quickly disposing of our dear Shalalek. He's moved up into P10 after having done his pit stop. Yeah, an unfortunate race for him too, but I think it was his own undoing at this unfortunate in this incident.
Yep. We're talking about Abhishek earlier. He seems he is not really lapping much quicker than Shetty at this point. So it seems that gap has stabilized, and I think
Oh, there he goes again. getting all fishtailing, getting some gravel on his tires just for good measure, going really, really wide,
He
getting some
lost.
more.
He lost
Yeah.
nearly.
have a,
I think he's potentially struggling with his rear tire pressures, perhaps. When it's too high because that car has been all over the place.
that could
Could
have
be,
ended
yeah.
much more badly, to be honest. At the angle here, he could easily have hit the barrier, but pretty lucky he came out of there with no damage.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, but having said that, he's toasting his tires so much more. And considering that the strategy here is typically to run the same tires through the pit stop as well, not looking too good for him, must say.
Yep, absolutely. Seems to be now catching up to the back of Andrew as he is. After that incident with Shetty, he has been slowly closing in on Sundar. So the McLaren looking like a quite good car in Misano. I think both the McLarens are right now all in P1 and P3. Do we have another McLaren on the grid? I don't think so.
Another McLaren? No, we do not.
We have Gaurav also who is running the McLaren. Of course, he's not here with us today.
Do you mean Gagan? Gagan Arora?
Yeah, I apologize, but yes, same person.
Same person. His brother, twin brother, same potato.
Yep.
Yes.
Madhav has headed into the pits, so I think he joins Tyagi and Joseph in the people who have completed the pit stops. Yep, and Daniel Joseph has jumped Madhav in the pits.
Quite extensively, if I may say so,
Yep.
as well.
He's doing 36.7s, right? His last lap was a 36.7, and Casey did a 36.4 last lap. So he is.
Yes.
He is. I think without that incident, he could have competed for quite good points.
Yeah, I mean, finishing P3 in a 24-hour race, that definitely means this guy's got pace. So, I am quite sad that this has been the case because now he's getting blue flags, and Richie Gans trying to make a move on them, getting hot-headed, but finally concedes the white, terrible-looking Ferrari, gets free air.
Yep.
Moves on.
We have a hello in the chat from our newest entry into our commentary team from 8 Cylinders. So, hello to 8 Cylinders in the chat.
VIP treatment from our commentators to other commentators.
Yep.
Acknowledgement is very important in our community, you see.
Yep. Ghost, right? As you said, Ghost is now setting a really quick pace as he is on pace, if not quick. He's quicker than Pragar in the last lap. So
let's wait and watch out.
Yep.
Having said that, Aladdin's gonna drive through. That is not good news.
Yep. So remember I told you that Daniel Joseph is in for could potentially get a points position.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was actually not points position. It was actually meant for P11, given that Madhav was only one left to pit, and Tyagi was already ahead. But if I don't think getting that drive through, he enters that fight for that final point scoring position.
Abhishek pits and he is now behind Joseph, almost like 20 seconds behind. So he's actually got a point right now. Good.
Yep.
Not too shabby for him at the point, but let's see, because Abhishek will be on those fresher, I'm not going to say fresher, but cooler tires for the rest of the race. He'll definitely have some kind of a pace advantage having done his pit stop later on.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, Electric, thoughts on our grid so far? Who are the biggest gainers, losers? Who do you feel bad for? Who do you feel angry on? Give us some thoughts, mate.
I mean, to be honest, really close racing today. Actually, I'm pretty impressed on how close the grid is today. Yeah, it's pretty. Even Prakhar is doing very well. I expected Prakhar to be a bit slow. I thought Anirudh and Prakhar are gonna have a bit of a battle, but 16-second gap is pretty huge. So
we never know. It might change because
it might change,
there's still half an hour race, and we never know what the pace will be after the pit stop.
Yeah, true.
Yep,
and is absolutely dominating it.
Yep, and as we say that, Shetty has now dropped back from Casey.
Yeah, he's made like 3 mistakes in 3 corners. Not able to get any line right. I think he's succumbing to the pressure of having Abhishek behind him. And Abhishek is really sizing up a move right now, getting super trigger happy and might even go for a move at the end of sector 1 right now. Let's stay on board with this action.
Yep.
Because one thing I have to say, see again, Shetty completely misses his breaking point.
That's
However, the thing is that he's going down the inside right now, Abhishek. I have to cut myself off. That's how annoying I am. And he's got it done. Very,
yeah.
very clean move.
Well, the only issue here is
Okay.
Abhishek is right now lapped.
Well, that ain't gonna be much of a problem when the Ferraris go dirt riding on the side of the track. So,
Shetty is,
but
I mean, similar to how we saw Abhishek struggle with his rears a few laps back, it seems Shetty is in that same place.
yep. But not too happy with this track, the
Oh,
Ferraris.
something has happened as Sundar has now dropped a P3 behind Ghost.
Yep, that actually did happen a lap ago. I've not mentioned it. Right, absolutely right.
We are having all of the Ferraris like have some kind of moment.
Is it a master plan?
We have Master Binotto coming here and helping them out, giving them the instructions.
Taking a break for Formula 1, I guess.
Yep.
Misano is in Italy, right? So not much of a
Not too far from here.
Blessing him, blessing the Ferrari cars.
yes, indeed. Righty. Aladdin's still in the pits. It's an awfully long time to be there. I'm aware of what he's actually doing there, but jumping back into the action, what I actually did want to say is Casey is one guy who can defend like a tank. I have to give it to this guy. He does not succumb to pressure. I've seen this time and time again in the last couple of races and even the end of last season. He does not succumb to having a faster car behind. He will stick to his lines, get it right under pressure, and he keeps his position.
Yep.
Now he is flashing his lights trying to get past our sad case of Daniel Joseph. For our sympathies go to him. Again, I cannot stress enough how we never want this to happen to any driver, but it is what it is. So hopefully he gets a longer stick for the next race.
Casey is interestingly setting good pace right now at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yep.
Shetty seems to have composed himself a bit better and is able to keep up with Abhishek right now.
Yeah, he did do a 37 one last lap. That is decent pace.
Yep.
Not amazing, but decent. And he goes into the pits. Let's see if he can get the entry right. Yes, he does. Does he brake too early? No, he does not. Spot on, line and length. Good pit stop.
Let's see if he gets onto the line. If he stops his car in the right spot. Sundar is also in the pits. Was there a double stack we just saw there?
Master plan.
Yep. Sundar making a rather early pit stop, I believe. I think historically, when we look at it, we have seen that Prager tends to run longer stints than the rest of the grid.
Yep, you're absolutely right there. Let's see how that gap slowly comes down with this fresh.
Ghost is catching him, but we don't know if Prager is pushing at this point in time.
Maybe they're just, coming together to say hi. There's nothing wrong in that. They are teammates after all, in some sense.
Yep.
Not fair, I know.
Ghost seems to have taken off the Gulf racing livery he was running for the last race.
The Gulf is not where he's from. So the people from Gulf, me and Madhav made sure that he gets that off and basically destroyed his race last time around.
I think Madhav will have to get out at this point if he was before the first corner, I believe.
Let's see if he actually does, because I can assure you right now, Ghost is fuming at every corner that he has to be behind Madhav. So it's a good position, good place that he let him by. Unnecessarily caused him more harm, but hey, what kind of a race does Madhav anyway? Am I right?
Further behind, field seems to be out. Richie Gyan has also boxed at this point. Sundar will now be looking to get back on the charge and possibly make some ground up.
Yep, he's got high ping and he's got high pace. Let's see if he can come back and challenge for the win.
Yep. Shetty is slightly ahead of Tyagi, but doesn't seem. It seems like Tyagi is actually setting good pace right now compared to Tyagi. Shetty.
I have a feeling that Tyagi is much faster at this point in time.
Yep.
And I am actually expecting a move maybe end of this lap. Let's wait and find out.
Because I'm noticing this trend where Tyagi is actually getting quicker with every lap, quite significantly. Hopefully,
I think this is his strategy. There's something in that Porsche which just comes alive after the first pit stop. He just obliterates the field in the second stint. He's just about to do it again in a couple of minutes time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, all smooth sailing. Casey now in P3 with the others having done their stop. Getting blue flags waved here because Abhishek has dispatched KC66 and he is still in P9.
Halfway into the race and we still have like 4 cars yet to pit.
This looks like it.
Yes.
Yep. I think right now, what we're seeing in the front is that Pragar is basically managing his gap to Ghost, from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks to be quite a stable situation,
Yep.
hovering around the 10-second mark. So I don't think there's going to be any competition here. I'm just waiting for the pit stops to end because I still feel like Prakash got this. Unless he goes and just either Spinalas or screws up his pit stop, I don't think there's anything stopping him from getting a victory. But I am actually quite interested to see when Ghost pits, because at the time of pitting, Anirudh was little under 2 seconds behind Ghost. And looking at his current pace of doing 136 once, he's definitely faster than Ghost, so he might even have undercutted him.
No, I don't think so, because Ghost had a 36.0 last lap. Well, actually, he did a 35.3 just now, so yep. But let's see.
Oh boy.
But let's see what lap time Andrew does crossing the line.
Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting.
Abhishek also in the 35s right now, so if he didn't have that incident, he could have been much further ahead.
Yeah, I did to say that this guy's just had a slew of bad luck all season long. Not working out for him. I'm just going to leave it at that. If he's in the lead, he spins out. If he's in the mid pack, somebody kills him. It just can't break this guy. You gotta put F in chat for him.
Let's see, crossing the line, 36.0. So struggling. Andy seems to be struggling right now. So I don't think if Andrew doesn't pick up the pace, Ghost is not under threat of an undercut.
Yeah, very well might be the case, looking at how he's flying. The McLaren boys are nicely sailing through in the top of the field. But let's hold our judgment for a little while longer until the actual pit stops have taken place.
Mulakala has box, that means the top 3 is the only ones left to pit.
Okay, yes, you're absolutely right. Casey is technically the top 3 right now. Where is Rijigan? I haven't seen the man for a while. He's in P5.
He is currently around 13 seconds behind Sundar.
He is tough conditions. But I do want to see where he comes out with respect to Casey. They were fighting quite extensively. Richigan did get ahead of him, so I am expecting Casey to come behind Richigan, but I can't say what happened between now and then. There could have been a mistake or two which could have Because I can tell you that Casey has been rocking it. His times have been quite rock solid in the middle stint.
But
And
I think once Casey pits, he'll actually come out behind Baba.
let's wait and find out.
Yep.
Putting a 137.0 while Casey is doing a 136.3.
So
That damn, this man's on fire.
But let's not forget, Baba did have that moment coming out of the penultimate corner, so that probably cost him around 5/10. So
well,
we'll have to
maybe.
see. We will know once he makes the pit stops.
Yep. It's all to play for here.
Oh,
Sergio completely locking up his front tires, flying off the track. He luckily stays away from the dirt and slowly carries on.
That's just weird, given these cars of ABS, it's very rare sight to see a lockup.
Maybe ping things. I don't know.
Ghost is definitely looking like the quicker of the McLarens right now, so he would definitely be kicking himself for that incident with the Shetty earlier.
Yep, absolutely. Because he's clawed down. He's eaten away 2 seconds from Prakhar.
Yep.
That actually means that his setup, which he initially set up, and an interesting play of words, I know, is actually coming into picture now because the track temperature has gone down by 2 degrees, and I think his tires are in the right window. Just excelling right now, and maybe the opposite is the case with Prakhar, where he's out of that window slightly, and that's why the pace is and the gap is slowly coming down.
Yep, absolutely. But let's see. But it could be that right now Ghost is keeping Prager honest, but we never know. Like Prager could be holding pace back, or maybe planning to extend this, conserving his tires to have better pace later on.
That would be an interesting strategy, but honestly, having such a big gap, there's no need for you to be reckless. There's no need for you to be, pushing out.
5/10 quicker in the last lap.
Interesting. But yeah, I definitely feel like he's doing it on purpose so that he can maintain some composure, not to get too greedy with the car, pushing the limits. Just driving within the car and his limits.
Yep.
Just sailing through.
You'll know soon. You'll know soon enough, I believe. Of course, we do have Prager streaming as well. So if one of us can go hop and check his stream, how he's doing.
I will check him out. In the meantime, what's Sundar's pace? He is still P4. He is. So, having said that, Mulakala and Abhishek were having a bit of a battle, and Abhishek snatches P8.
Yep. Sundar is doing 36.0, so he has lost time to Ghost.
This is not looking good. This is not looking good for the Ferrari boys. Binotto will not be happy.
Yep. As we said, it looks like Gyan and Casey are exactly on pace with each other. And once Casey pits, I believe Casey will come out behind Gyan.
All to play for here with around 20 minutes to go. Is that a moment? Yes, so Samak Banerjee, aka Ghost, going into the pit, smashes the wall for good luck.
I think that was a ping though.
Well, let's hope so, because he'll be kicking himself if that actually happens.
Yep.
Let's see where he comes out with respect to Anirudh. Let's stay on board with Anirudh. Where is he right now? I believe somewhere in the middle sector. Casey also pits, and that should also be another battle to look out for where he comes out with respect to Baba G.
Let's have a look.
Sundar now just entering sector 3, while I believe Ghost might only have another couple of seconds in his pit stop left. And I think that's it.
Looking at Anirudh's driving, his car seems to be struggling from understeer. He's going wide every corner.
Yeah, he's picking up a lot of dirt, not helping his tires as well. Samak Banerjee is still in the pits. What is happening? Let's go on board with him. He's coming out. Look at the positioning. They are just 2 seconds apart. But Sundar narrowly missing out there. Oh boy. So it
Yep.
looks like they were even Stevens at the end of it. This more or less the same gap. Sundar will really be devastated to see
He
that
should-
white
He
McLaren in front of him.
he should be able to make some ground up, given that Ghost will take some time to heat up those tires.
Well, let's hope so, because if a white McLaren right in front of you is not motivation to fight for a P2, I don't know what is.
And we have Praga Watts also heading into the pit, so let's see if Ghost actually lost time in that pit stop as we thought.
Oh, hey, we were so wrong about Casey and Babaji. They are
5 seconds.
almost
5
seconds apart. Yeah.
That's not too bad to give, but if Casey keeps that pace back up, he could. Actually, we are expecting Casey to come behind Babaji.
Right.
So
Parker was in the pits. Let's see when he comes out. The gap was around 7 seconds.
let's have a look. Coming out of the last corner.
Where is our ACC rookie? Is he out of the pits? Is he slowly making his way out?
He is making his way out. Let's have a look.
No, he's already out. He is way in the lead, but the gap has in fact come down to 5.7 seconds.
So I think Praga lost around 2 seconds while navigating the pit lane. Which is the only explanation for that time loss.
Or he could have put in a little more fuel. That could have also cost him some time. Maybe
Yep.
he might have gone half and half.
Yeah,
That
but
would be nice.
Sundar on the charge right now as he is closing in on Ghost. Of course, the
He's
slips.
got the motivation. He needs the P2.
Yep. But I think at this point they'd both be looking forward to work together and make up to that P1 spot. But of course, I think Pragar would, with those now fresher tires, should be looking to push. But these back markers are not going to be helping Ghost right now.
Adding to the spice of the race, Supreme Leader Admiral Aladdin in front of Somak Banerjee. He is flashing his lights in an attempt to woo Aladdin to give him a free position.
As
Joseph
Daniel-
in the meanwhile is done with life. He has parked his car in the beach and he's done for the day. He's going to go straight into his yacht and enjoy the rest of his, like Kimi style.
We have something interesting. Aladdin also goes wide.
I thought he disappeared there for a second, but no, he's still in front. And Banerjee still trying to move him through flashes.
It's high time for Aladdin to get out of the way, to be honest. I mean, I think that we have the 3-corner rule.
He's rocking the number 69, goes wide finally, and still Ghost will not be happy
Among
with
other
that.
things, the track temperature has dropped to 31 from 32.
Yep. I think I.
Oh, goes
my
wide.
goodness, that is the effect of that beautiful sausage curve. Sundar going around the outside. Banerjee is going to be holding the apex. No, he's already been eaten alive by that bloody curve.
That was
And now he's-
that was an instant jinx.
That is now into P3. But don't count him out just yet. Let's go stay on board with him because he's super close to Sundar right now. And Aladdin's got the best view in the house.
Yep. Let's have a look if he's able to get ahead of Ferrari back.
Nice, McLaren. Wide entry. Don't hurt him. He needs a victory. But Sundar will be like, nah, I need to impress my boss. Do not here. You sign me up for F1. I get tier 1 seat.
Let's have a look what he does now.
We've got 15 minutes. That's around 9 laps of racing.
I think this is Ghost's first podium in season 2, I believe.
Well, I think
If
it's just jinx in there, mate.
you never know. Further behind,
Sundar,
KC catching Gyan by over a second per lap.
great pace there by the mentally man. But on honesty, I hope he finds that curb and dies because I need my points. Say to be said. So let's see.
I
He's
think
unfortunately
I
losing
think
out
I
time.
think Gyan got not Gyan. I mean, Ghost got damaged. I think in the earlier contact because his the front of his car doesn't look hooked right now. But of course, that's just a hypothesis. But right now, that McLaren doesn't look like a good car to handle behind after he got overtaken by the Ferrari.
Yep. Abhishek doing 36 zeros. How far is he from? He's around 30 seconds behind Tyagi. Tyagi is 40 seconds behind Shetty. And Shetty is 10 seconds behind Casey, who is 5 seconds behind Gyan. Okay. Nothing's happening on track.
Yep, crossing the line. Progress is 35.9. Sundar sits 35.4. Goes to the 36.
Wow.
Goes to the 36.5.
Those are some smashing times, bruh. These guys are killing it out there.
Dan Joseph says 38. Richie Gans is 36. Crossing the line. Let's see what Casey sets. 36.7. So looks like Gyan has picked up the pace himself.
Oh, there he goes again.
Goes really struggling with that particular corner. 5.3.
I'm sure
5.3 seconds to
race.
Yep, 5.3 seconds to from between Pragati and Sundar. Do you think he can close that gap with 13 seconds to go?
13 seconds to go?
With 13 minutes to go, my bad.
I doubt. Like, this looks to be orchestrated with respect to pace management, tire management, and fuel management from Prakar. That's what I believe, at least. But let's see. The gap is definitely coming down. So actually, it's staying the same, in all honesty.
Yeah.
It was around the same when he came out of the pits.
Yep. Let's see. We'll know the times they're doing soon. I think they would be setting quite similar lap times now, crossing the line. 36.5 from Praga, crossing the line. That's 35.9 from Sundar.
Ulala. Been to be happy, but not unless they get the P1, Sebastian.
Richie Gyan right now crossing the line, 17 seconds behind the top 3. Casey with 3.4 seconds back. That's an interesting gap to notice. Shetty, I think, has not recovered. The initial pace he showed seems to have fallen off, and he isn't really like doing much better in this particular stint. Which is interesting because in the initial part of the race, he looked like one of the quicker cars.
I've got little over 10 minutes to go. What? Your final predictions. Do you think there's going to be any more changes in our lineup? Doesn't look to be the case, but we'll have to wait and find out.
Crossing the line, progress is 36.4, but I think Sundar should be, since you have had a slow lap this time. 35.9, so a 5/10 gap advantage in nearly every lap.
Is that enough? And will Prakar slowly realize this time that he lost? And
I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine because we have around 10.5 minutes to go, and with a 1.5 minute lap. So it's like 5 laps to go. I believe 6 laps to go. half a 10. That's only 3 seconds, so it's not enough. Yep, we just jinxed Sundar as he gets on that curb like everyone else.
And I think that is kind of the line. It just looks quite dramatic from the spectator cam.
Yep.
But I don't know, I could be completely wrong, and they're always shitting their pants when they go that sausage curb.
Just give me a second as we seem to be having some lag on the stream, so I'll just turn down the resolution. Let me just try to get that fixed. So, Madhav now graciously getting out of the way of Sundar. But he definitely lost time in that exchange, for the way of Sundar. Sure.
Yeah, gap is 5.
Yep,
Not
he
bad.
definitely lost time in that particular lap. But I think it's pretty much stabilized. But let's look further back. Let's see if what's going on between Casey and Rishigan.
Gap has come down to 4 seconds.
But it has stabilized, so I don't think, as it stands right now, this being I don't think there's a huge difference right now.
Yep, now it's just a matter of time until the end of the race.
Right. That did not definitely work. Just give me a second to put it back. Alright, let's try it out now. Tyagi has been on the pace of Shetty. It'll be interesting to see if he can get snatch P6 in the closing laps.
Oh boy, that gap really came down. I think Shetty's made a mistake somewhere because I believe that gap was like 30 seconds once upon a time ago. Wow, Tyagi is now in a chance to get a lot more points.
Yep. I don't know how much is P6 was. I believe it's like 12, 10?
Same as F1.
Okay, that's like 25. Yeah, I think it's 10 points.
No, with 8 points.
Yep. Mulakala is in P9 right now, and Aladdin looks to be ready to take the final point scoring position.
Yeah. Gap is now down to 4 seconds. Ah man, this guy is charging, but not fast enough.
Yep. I believe that he would have potentially caught up had he not made that mistake in the first stint.
Yep. I don't know what happened there. He lost the position, 2 goes. And ever since, he's just been trying to correct a big wrong.
Yep. And even in the beginning, we saw that in the beginning of the second stint, he was actually struggling quite a bit. So I believe even that has hampered him quite a lot.
Yep, it is the situation of the Ferrari.
Yep. As we see there, the top 3 crossing the straight right now. So there is the last sector.
Let's go on one full lap with Sundar. Let's see what kind of pace he's doing, and let's see how far that McLaren is, and what kind of motivation that is giving him to do a killer lap.
36.3 in the last lap, 35.7.
Damn son, he really is pushing, taking all of the curve, really not leaving. He's got an interesting line here, and I think he's leaving quite a bit of time. But that is nonsense because he's the fastest car on track right now. Very interesting to see. My bad. I'm putting myself to sleep with my boring statement.
Yep, looks like they're pretty much on pace in the first sector in the looks of it.
There's no way to know for sure.
I'm looking at the delta.
Okay, with his own
Oh
pace.
yeah. We can have a look at the time. We can look at the timetables in the meantime. Let's have a look. So it does not reveal exit times. Never mind.
Maybe she's looking at the wrong tail. No.
Yep. Gaining out of this exit a 10th or 2.
Yeah, that is definitely coming down. 5 minutes to go. That's like 3 laps. It's all about the positioning.
Carrying a lot more speed through that corner.
It's
But
completely abusing the exit there. That's a really nice track usage. Having said that, Ghost not able to reciprocate the same amount of pace in the second stint, slowly falling back 3 seconds the gap.
36-1 by Prague on the last lap. 35-6 in the last lap by Sundar.
Yes.
So it's very similar to what happened in Zandvoort, where towards the end of the lap, Anirudh showed like ridiculous pace, but he showed ridiculous pace. But the mistakes in the early part of the lap, unfortunately, costed him.
Yeah. Such is the case with our dear Mr. Anirudh Sundar. He is quite a fast guy, very knowledgeable with respect to the game itself. But it really looks like Prakhar, with his newfound practice, is just washing away with the victories.
Yep. Further behind, Richie, Jan, and Casey. That gap has been constantly forcing. Every time I look at that gap, it's been at 4 seconds.
Oh, yes, that is because the equal on pace. There's nothing to see there. Moving on. What about Tyagi and Shetty? That gap is also kind of stabilized a
No,
bit.
it's stretched out. Last time I checked it was 2 seconds, but it has now stretched to 4. So Shetty has pulled out a bit more gap ahead.
Good for him.
36.5 from Prager, crossing the line. Anirudh does a 36.2.
Ooh. That is not what
The doctor
ordered.
Yep. You can see the marbles have is now completely abundant on the trackside over there.
Just something that ACC will sprinkle to show that the race has actually taken place, but I don't actually think it's like, you know what, I'm just rambling around. Ignore me.
So I think we have 2 laps to go at this point. Maybe 3? No, 2 laps.
It could be tailed to 2 laps, yeah. It will take at least 30 seconds to cross to the finish line. So next lap will be the final lap, actually.
Right now, Sundar right now chasing down Pragovats, but he won't make it quick enough. If he had maybe 3 more laps, I think he would have been on the right on the gearbox of that McLaren. But as it stands right now, I don't think he has. It seems to be a done deal for Pragovats.
Definitely looks to be so. Man, but who's got the fastest lap? Let's have a look at that. Going through the field.
I think you can have a look at the timetable.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Do we have the best lap time? Nope, we don't have.
Is right underneath every driver, though.
Yeah, I was lazy. I was quite lazy. Praga with a 34.8 fastest lap. Sundar with a 35.4.
34.8.
I think that's a squally lap. To be honest, I think his squally lap was a 34.5, 4, no 34.1 actually, I believe. 35.2, 35.6, 36.1, 36.7, 35.4, 36.3, 36.7, 35.2, 34.58. So I believe Praga does have the fast lap of a 34.8, which he said in the first stint, I believe.
Yep, this guy is got some ridiculous raw pace. I think you can You know that better than anyone else. Yeah, it is coming to the closing stages. If I was Mulakala, I would stop right now. I would let the lead car by so that I don't have to drive one more lap of this track and save the environment because we go green. It's sim racing. But having said that, last sector, 5 seconds on the clock, not good enough for another lap, and that's sad news for Sundar. But Prakawarts takes the final corner with ease and wins the Misano Grand Prix.
The leader has finished the race.
P2 goes to Anirudh Sundar in our cherry colored Ferrari,
That
and
was a
P3 goes to
whoa. That was a close finish at the end.
Gyan in P4. That is great result from him considering the botched attempt of a spin he had in the beginning. Or was that him or someone else? I don't remember.
That was Tyagi, I believe.
That's
No,
Tyagi.
that was Abhishek.
Right.
Shetty
Same
comes
Ferrari.
home in P6.
Good debut race from him. Little unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Daniel
Daniel Joseph
Joseph,
P11.
P11, behind Aladdin. That must hurt. And yeah, and that is it from our coverage for the Misano Grand
You
Prix.
have
Abhishek and
Abhishek
Mulakala
qualifying
will
P3. I think Abhishek has had a multiple race where he has just fallen down the order in lap 1.
every single race.
Yep.
He is not been able to finish high. That's
Mulakala,
unfortunate.
Mulakala now crossing the line. What lap time will he set?
Let's try to get boys in the commentary box in the meantime.
And that's end of a Misano Grand Prix. That's
Green light, green light. Go, go, go.
Yeehaw. Alrighty, let's get Anirudh. I don't have anyone else.
Yo, Baba, you're saying something.
Baba is not here, my friend. You are in the commentary box.
Why you transport me without permission?
Because it is what it is, boy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podium's interviews. You are with us, Masum, and me.
Yes,
Talk
sir,
us through
Kapil.
how your race went.
It started out terribly, I guess, because I got light damage at the back from contact with Prakhar and I think Abhishek, Dwarkanath.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was, a small bodywork damage or something. Turns out in, I think, lap 11, when I switched over to the repair section in the MFD and then flipped over suspension, I had suspension damage at the back. And
Oh
it
boy.
was, I mean, it was getting clear and on track because in the last few corners, especially after the fast right-handers, the car would just slip at the back, and I was doing all that I can. So I just let Prakhar past because it was probably unfair of me to, block a bit more. But he was clearly faster in the first half of the race, and I think damage had something to do with it. Then in the pits, I got the repair done, but I was behind Prakhar by 11 seconds and Ghost by around 8. So I was able to make the time up significantly. I was, I think, around 3 tenths to 4 tenths a lap faster than both of them. But yeah, the number of laps just ran out.
Do you think you would have overtaken him, or maybe Bakar was just taking it easy?
I think, I think I could have got into a battle. I don't know if I could have overtaken. So uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I think the last few laps he was slowing down more because uh, doesn't want to jinx anything in the last lap, I guess. Uh, but yeah, good pace from him, I guess. That was there, and I was just hoping I didn't. If I could not get the damage of the first few laps, that would have been much better.
Hmm. Prakawat, are you with us?
Yep, I am.
How was your race, mate?
It was
Another
it was
victory.
fun. considering the first lap. I think there was a little too hairy. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, after the first lap, I just kind of got in my rhythm. It was a very tricky, first 5 laps because I had to follow really closely and I had to maintain the pressure on Anirudh. But once I felt that I had enough pace, I had enough, confidence to make a move, I did. And yeah, I got past him. And I think after that, it was kind of plain sailing. Towards the end, I kind of slowed down because I had everything to lose. Anirudh had everything to gain. So I know that kind of plays on your mind as well. But I think I had it under control, and there was a good win.
Very well done there. So that's so many more points on the board. You are currently leading and you're extending the gap in the championship. How badly do you want to take this victory from the other contenders?
Um,
You
I mean, obviously, I want to win every race. You want to win all races you participate in, but on some occasions you realize that it's not possible. But of late I've been driving decently, and I'm just for ACC for me is just a learning curve right now. I'm just every time I get into a session, there's something I learn when I come out of it. So yeah, that is part of the fun for me. But the races keep coming, the races keep going. The key part for me is to learn, and yeah, I think that has been happening fairly decently yet up until now.
great words there. Congratulations on the victory. Any final words, Masum?
And I think you covered everything. So that's that.
Alrighty then. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. This has been round something ACC of IRC. You can see it in the title. Thank you so much for tuning, and bye bye.